while I was here getting ready to do the top plate, I figured I would do the guide pin because it'll help me on the power supply. Anytime I get a guide pin, this is an AML. This is AMLs. You know, they're decent. I really like Bob Beers. I've had some okay luck with the RTHO guide pins as well. This is just kind of how I set a guide pin up. Scratch the surface on the guide pin. Scratch the surface. This just helps the bond a little bit. I use generic all-purpose goop. I get a little bit, just rub it. Get a nice, good coat in there. And then I get a nice, do the same thing to the pin. Trying to do as much on camera as I can. It's can be difficult trying to put an arm through a camera stand. We're doing this. And that looks like dry, so we're gonna get a little bit more. So I mean, goop is basically like a contact cement. You know, there are other forms of this. I forget their other names, but you want some on each side. Press it together. Some guys will use a alligator clip to hold this tight. Typically, goop and some. I think Pliobond's the other one. They have a strong enough bond to where they typically don't move. I try to make sure that hole's centered or really close to centered, because you don't want that to angle and mess up your body mounting. When you do this, you want to make sure you clean out the hole before it completely dries, which it's kind of messy, kind of just time consuming, but it's the way I do it. I really haven't had any guide pins break loose in the last few years. I'll chop off the top excess as well. The reason why I chop off the top excess, it just makes it easier to take out in case you need to replace the guide pin. Sometimes guide pins get thin and worn, and all kinds of things like that. Slowly they break, and we will let that sit. I'll make sure it doesn't move on you. That's sometimes why guys use the alligator clip, to make sure it doesn't pop. AMLs are especially known for that because they've got the flashing on the sides. So I'm going to put an alligator clip on this one because it wants to move, because I didn't trim it. And we'll be back when it dries.